As Los Angeles is the home to some of our very first Mini E test drivers, we decided to invite one of them here today to find out about their experiences. Now, Michael has been a test driver of the Mini E for nearly 6 months now, and I'm sure you'll see how eager I am to hear all of his experiences, as I'm sure you are, of driving a Mini E here in LA. He has a very busy life as a director of the Getty Museum, but as the topic of sustainability is also important to him, he was keen to join us. So, please, ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming Michael Brand from the Getty Museum. So, Michael, I mean, what motivated you to become part of this project? A Mini would not have been your traditional car?
No, but as a leader in the creative and the arts community in Los Angeles, I thought it was important to show support for technology, for new technology, sustainable technology, and also to show, set a good example for my 2 teenage daughters that if you're serious about energy conservation and sustainability, you have to do something. And I also have to say I do like supporting good design, and the Mini is a great piece of design too.
So, what happens on a normal day? I mean, do you get up and get in the car as normal, or?
Well, I'm a rare Angelino. In fact, sometimes I wish I had a slightly longer commute. There's a very good radio station, KCRW, I listen to. I wish I could hear a bit more music in the morning. And driving a Mini E, I wish to drive was a little bit longer. I only have a 5-mile commute, and I shouldn't say things like that. One of the great things about driving a Mini E to the Getty is we have the perfect drive for a Mini E. The drive up the hill at the Getty Center, down again in the evening, it's like designed for a Mini E. So that's sort of the highlight of the day, I guess.
One of the things that we were really keen, and when we put it into a Mini, Mini stands for driving fun. Yeah. Has it been maintained?
Absolutely. It's a really enjoyable car to drive around. Minis themselves, I was a little bit worried about, it might feel a bit small on the road in Los Angeles, but the way it handles, you have really sort of full confidence.
And, equally, I think, one of the things that we wanted to learn from our customers is the range, which is 100, 120 miles. How's that worked out?
Well, the range has worked well for me. Of course, I've got a short commute, but I think it actually really works well in a big city like this. Today's an example. I drive from home to the Getty Center, drive downtown, drive home. Works easily. Of course, I shouldn't say that too easily because last night I forgot to charge the car, but I am presuming I'll get home quite safely with plenty of miles to go.
So tonight, it could be a slower drive home.
I think I'm in a good position to drive home at a good speed.
So finally, what's been the nicest experience of driving an electric car?
I mean, there's a good feeling supporting good technology. It's a very enjoyable sort of car to drive. I think probably those rare moments or special moments when you're driving on the freeway, and it happened about a week ago. I think I was in the middle lane. There was like a black Mercedes coupe in the left lane. And I think there's actually a Maserati in the right lane. I just went right between them. And the nicest thing that they probably didn't hear a thing as I went past.
Michael, thanks very much for being one of the first customers of Mini E.
Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our presentation here on the BMW stand. But we're now going to head across to the Mini stand. And it's a pretty long way, as you can see. I'm not sure I can make the walk. So, Michael, is there another way we can get across there? Yeah? Maybe you could drive me. Please join us on the Mini stand. Well done. Jump in. Okay. Thank you. No, I don't think so. We're in a closed environment. Maybe we could have taken the scenic route. It would have been a bit longer, but hey. Thanks, Michael. Okay, please come forward. Plenty of room. It's a mini stand, but there's plenty of room. Okay, we're just going to start off the mini presentation here, and we got some exciting stuff to talk about. But up on the screen here, you'll see one of our latest, and I think we're quite edgy with our advertising on Mini, so just get a feel for what Mini advertising is about to be here in the United States. And ladies and gentlemen, if you go onto the web, you'll find a few more, even edgier Mini advertisements that are running as well. So I think this is very important in building a very separate brand, and we enjoy it in my team coming up with these ideas, as you can see. So, you know, Mini E is a pilot project, but of course, Mini also stands for minimalism, and that means having lower emissions, having better fuel economy, and at the same time having all of that Mini driving experience that the brand has become renowned for. And of course, we have all of the new cars that feature very heavily in that. Equally, NADA has also voted Mini one of the 5 most sustainable cars in the marketplace, and the average fuel consumption of a Mini Cooper in the United States is around 37 miles per gallon. So I think it fits very much with our existing product lineup. But special times for Mini in 2009. It was 50 years old. Now, I know what that feels like because I've just clicked over it myself, but Mini is, in essence, 50 years young. We had a fantastic party at Silverstone in the United Kingdom. 25,000 Mini fans from around Europe drove there in their special Minis. A really, really great occasion. And of course, everybody went away with lots of happy memories. 2 vehicles, the Mini Mayfair, the Mini Camden, which came from that event as special models for the year. You can see behind me on display. But maybe just stepping back into the global position as we see it at the moment as well. We have just come out of November. We've sold just over 200,000 Minis. It's slightly down on 2009. In the United States, we have around 42,000 Minis sold, so about 1/5 of our production. 42,000 Minis is also slightly down on 2008, but compared to the segment in which Mini competes, which is down around 40%, the Mini volumes are around 15% at the moment. Of course, what we can confidently say, and you heard Peter mention it earlier, is that the US will continue to be the largest Mini market in the world during 2009. And I think as December runs through, that number will be reinforced. Second largest market will be the UK, third largest market will be Germany. And I think, again, that tells a lot about what has happened with Mini. Here in the US, we've got 89 dealers for Mini at the moment, and we are expanding that quite rapidly. So around about 20 will be added to that over the next 18 months or so. So probably well over 100 dealers during 2010 will be selling Mini. And of course, that expansion program really fits exceedingly well with the way in which we're growing the brand proposition. 2010 sees the launch of the first 4-door, over 4 meters, and 4-wheel drive Mini in its 50-year history. That vehicle, which is codenamed R60, we will actually name it very shortly for the public, but that vehicle will be launched in the 3rd quarter of 2010, and I think will be a very, very exciting addition to the Mini family as we go through the next few months. But, of course, it doesn't stop there. At Frankfurt, just 2 months ago, we showed 2 other concept cars, the concept cars that you see behind me here. So we have a Mini Coupe and a Mini Roadster. And we've also said that these are not just concept cars. These will be the 5th and the 6th brands, or the 5th and the 6th models within the BMW brand. If I look at them, and I can give you a little bit of a flavor for them, first take the coupe, quite an aggressive design. The first thing you notice here is that the screen is inclined by about 16 degrees compared to the conventional Mini. The roof line is about 6 centimeters lower, so you get that very strong, muscular feeling. And of course, this is in the John Cooper Works colors. This has the most powerful engine that that Mini produces today, and that engine will definitely deliver the performance that you would expect from any Mini in this category. Equally, the unique design of the roof there is a sort of baseball cap reversed, which I think is quite an interesting way of showing it. On the other hand, you have the purest roadster here. So again, great piece of design. I think when you see the interior detailing in this vehicle, very, very attractive proposition. Both cars, from the waist downwards, share the actual platform of the existing Mini that you see on my left. So, we're really using the synergies of the group here in order to produce two new concepts. These were produced in our Oxford factory. It won't be a 2010 launch, but it will be very shortly after that. And as I said, that brings the Mini family to a family of 6. And I think really shows the power of this brand moving forward. And I can equally tell you, although I won't tell you the details, that the story doesn't end there. So in the time to come, in the months ahead, you will see lots of other exciting ideas for the Mini brand as we develop it further into the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm exceedingly pleased to be here. I would really like to show you more detail of these cars. This is very much the Mini family. You can see a naughty Mini that's tied up outside. For some customers who like that type of thing, personally, a bit strange, but there you go. But clearly, Mini is a very different brand, and that's something which we spend a lot of time maintaining. So with that, thanks again for joining us, and please come forward and let's look at these cars in more detail. Thank you very much. How are you?